Hey guys, how y'all doing today? Well, this evening actually. Welcome back to JAM2 Podcast Live, where we explore the mysteries that lie just beyond the veil of our everyday lives. Today we have a thrilling episode lined up for you as we dive into the world of the supernatural. Okay. With a special guest team that's making waves in the paranormal community. Sacred Crow Paranormal is a dedicated team of investigators who are passionate about uncovering the truth behind their oh my gosh, founded by Kina and Tim Fuller, shared love for all things eerie. They combine their skills in technology, research, and intuition to explore more haunted locations and document their findings. So without further ado, let's welcome team leader from Scared Crow. Here I go again. Sacred Crow Paranormal to the show. Kina Fuller, thank you for joining us today.
Oh, you're welcome.
How are you doing?
Thanks for having me.
Thank
I'm
you.
doing okay.
Can you tell me a little bit about you guys? About the Sacred Heart? Sacred. I'm sorry. I guess this thing really got me when I forgot to call you guys at a certain time. I'm stepping all over myself. So okay, here we go again. Okay, just tell me a little bit about Sacred Crow Paranormal.
It was founded by my husband and I and two of our friends, Mike and Beth.
Okay.
We were in another group and we decided we wanted to do our own thing. We felt like we were being held back on things that we could do. So we decided it was a time to start our own group and do what we felt like we could do, and with no hands being tied and all that.
Right.
So,
right.
And we were all passionate about helping people in the paranormal with paranormal experiences, which we've done over the years.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Where are you from?
We live in Napanee, Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
We do all of northern Indiana. We've done pretty much Indiana, Michigan. We've gone down to Kentucky.
Wow.
So we're kind of all over. Wherever anybody needs us, that's where we go.
Well, that's so awesome. Now, I have a list of questions that I like to ask you, if you don't mind. It's going to be pretty quick, this podcast. I really don't try to make it as long because I want people to stay on and listen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. My first question is, how long have you been involved in ghost hunting?
Willingly, I've been about 16 years.
Wow.
Unwillingly, I've been doing it since I was 13.
13.
Yeah. It's kind of hereditary in my family that once you hit that golden age of 13, that you're able to see things and hear things and stuff. So I've been dealing with it most of my life. So, which then turned around and got me involved in it willingly about 16 years ago.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Is this like a medium type deal? Medium?
Kind of.
Kind of? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
What inspired you to start ghost hunting? Well, you just gave me that answer, but anything else? Yeah.
Well, at first it was a thrill, one of those things where, it's fun,
Mm-hmm.
kind of doing it. And then when you get more into it, it's more of how can I help? When you find people that need help because they can't get rid of things in their house and, and are tormenting them personally, it becomes a mission then.
Wow. Okay. Can you share your most memorable ghost hunting experience?
Yeah, I would have to say it was when we went to Waverly Hills in Louisville, Kentucky.
I've heard of it.
It is. You have heard of it?
Yes.
It place is like one of the most haunted places in America. um, yeah, it definitely has a huge energy of it.
Uh-huh.
When we first went, well, because I've been 3 times, but the first time I went, it was crazy. I mean, everything I felt and the energy from that place, it just makes you question everything that you wanted to do. You know, that you why you're doing what you're doing. And
Wow.
but yeah, it was pretty crazy, and we've had some really good experiences in there, and some not so good experiences. But it was fun. We enjoyed it, so we went back a few more times.
So you think that's been the scariest location that you ever investigated before?
No, there was another time where me and my husband and our 2 boys went because it's like a family thing that we
Oh,
do.
that's cool. That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, we went and it was it was very heavy. You could definitely feel the negative energy in there. We've had other investigators with us as well that also um, infected them negatively.
Right.
And when it told us to get out, we decided, well, now's time to do that. We need to listen. So we left the investigation early, and as we were taking our last stuff out, it slammed the door on me.
Have
So
you
yeah,
have you ever encountered a ghost or a spirit that you couldn't explain?
yeah. A lot of times when you're doing an investigation, it's hard to tell where they come from.
Hmm.
Sometimes it could be with the land. Sometimes it could be with the house. Sometimes it could be just with the furniture or with that person. I mean, because you could pick up negative stuff just going to Walmart or,
Oh,
your licensed branch or what have you. Any place that has a lot of negativity,
yeah.
you can pick up stuff there. Um, so it's hard to tell where it came from, and but yeah, we can. I mean, it just depends on if you can
Yeah.
pinpoint it or not.
Right. What kind of equipment do you
So
typically use in an investigation?
we use our recorders. We have tape like voice recorders. We use our cameras. We have high tech stuff like our SLS camera, which looks like you've probably seen them around, but they look like little stick figures on the screen.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, we've used S, let's see, S7, SB7 things where a radio that just scans through the radio and has picks up voices through the scans. So that's pretty
Right.
cool.
Wow.
So yeah.
How do you prepare for these ghost hunting sessions? I guess
Well,
spiritually, I guess, because I mean, I'm sure they'll attack you.
yeah. Um, it's all mental. I mean, you have to mentally prepare yourself for this. And then right before you go into your location and
Right.
start doing your investigation, you have to say a prayer over yourself and over your team.
Amen.
Otherwise, I mean, it's not that hard to pick up something.
And
So,
it'll follow you back, won't it?
oh yeah,
Oh,
we've had one follow us back from Waverly Hills. And as a matter of fact, she still lives here.
oh my God. I don't know what I do. I don't know what I do. I no, I don't know. And I've seen
Yeah.
plenty of places. We've been, actually, my wife and I took Janie out to, Eagle Pass one time here, border town. And,
Hmm.
we came across a mansion out there, and oh my gosh, it was so creepy. This mansion, just so
Yeah.
creepy. Yeah, and I mean, just standing outside of it was scary. Just you just felt it.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, have you ever felt in danger during the investigation?
Once I did. I was still fairly new to what into investigating, and we had gone into a haunted house, one of those ones that you go in at Halloween to, get your scares and all that. It it started to take over me, like it drained all my energy, and it started to take over me, and I had to push it out, and yeah, it can get pretty bad.
I guess you get home and you're exhausted by,
Yeah.
I mean, when these things come at you and pull your energy. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you, okay. What advice would you give to someone investigating, interested in ghost hunting?
Well, you really need to know what you're doing. You need to know what exactly is out there, and if you really want to deal with that. In the years that we've done it, we've gone further into where we've helped with exorcisms and stuff.
Oh, wow,
so
really?
it's super. I mean, it can get super bad. So you need to make sure that you are aware of what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
What you are willing to deal with, and know someone who knows how to get rid of it if you do get something.
Wow. How do you differentiate? I can't even say the word now. Differentiate. Oh my gosh. You know what I'm saying? Between a real paranormal experience and a natural explanation.
A lot of it has to do with, because a lot of people, when we do investigation, a lot of it is people say, oh, well, when I go downstairs, I feel all this negative energy. Or I feel like someone's watching me, da, 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 da. Right. Well, the first thing we do is we take our K2 meters, which measures your level of, I can't think of it now.
Yeah, that's how I
of energy and stuff.
Yeah.
It will. So when we go down there and we find out where exactly your wash machine is, washer and dryer.
Right.
We find out where your light switch boxes, and your furnace.
Yeah.
Because if they're all in the same area, they call it what they call it is a fear cage, and it creates a lot of energy through there, which then causes a lot of paranoia. That causes like someone's watching you. It can cause, if it's high enough, if your EMF is high enough, it can cause rashes, can make you ill. So that's the first thing that we do is we go down and see if that's what's causing it.
Oh, okay. So not necessarily would it be an entity or something. It'd be more likely just, appliances and stuff in the home that might cause that.
Yes.
That are just too close together.
Yes. And we also had went to a location once where they had a lot of electrical lines under the ground, and their house was right next to those, so that caused a lot of EMF.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Are there any specific locations you would recommend for ghost hunting?
My personal is I really enjoyed Waverly Hills a lot. Yeah. I would love to go back again.
Do you need to contact somebody to ask permission to enter these locations?
A true investigator will get permission, and you will also let your authorities figures know. Like if we go into a graveyard,
right?
We always call our local authorities and say, "Hey, we'll be out there. We're not causing any harm. We're just doing some investigating," because we will get the cops called on us.
Okay.
So, because people see flashlights out there, and they're like, oh, there's somebody out in the graveyard. They're destroying the graveyard. But that's far from the truth.
Do you need permits for anything like this?
No, we don't need permits.
Ain't no kind of permit.
But it just depends on the, I guess it would just depend on the area that you're in.
You ever been to South Texas? You ever want to come to South Texas? You said you never been out this far down.
No, I've never. I've been through Texas, but I've never actually been in Texas. But I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to TV.
Yeah, and I've been to the one of the hotels. I didn't stay there. I just visited just to see what I would feel, and they asked me to leave. So,
Yeah.
what are you doing in here?
Yeah.
It's okay. Have you ever had a negative experience with a spirit or entity? A real bad one.
Yeah, actually I have. One day, my husband had gone on an investigation and I stayed home with the kids. And actually, he was coming home from an exorcism.
Oh,
And the woman had asked where I was at. Well, I wasn't there, so I didn't know she had asked. And I was laying in bed and I felt somebody sit on my bed, which me and the kids were the only ones home.
yeah.
And then it like held me down. So once I finally got free, I called my husband, and then come to find out she had asked me, and we figured she sent it to me.
Well, I went to this what they call deliverance. I'm a Christian, right? I went
Mm-hmm.
through a deliverance, and I had just gone through the deliverance, and a lady was sitting in front of me, and she had just gone through it, and she's combing her hair, and she's combing her hair. She turned around. When she looked at me, her tongue came out of her mouth, and I mean, right below her chin, it just sat there, and then she took it back
Yeah.
in. I had never seen anything like it. I thought this stuff was all crap, but I became a believer
Yeah.
that day. I
Yeah.
became a believer
Yeah.
in this stuff because for a woman that I've known almost forever do this, it was, oh my gosh, I don't even want to talk about it because I slept like a little ball right next to my wife that night. I was so scared. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely make a non-believer a believer with some of the stuff that we have.
I bet.
So yeah.
What's the most surprising thing you ever learned about the paranormal?
I guess it's just how easily you can pick it up. Like anything, um, like being something attached to you or something of that sort. It's super easy, and you don't even think about it. Like, because when you run to the store, you run to the store. But if you're having a really bad day that day or whatever, and it can attach to you because you're feeding it at that moment, and
I don't think you would
it's
recommend
crazy.
this to anybody, would you?
What's that?
This field?
Well, I mean, it would take a special person, to be honest.
Okay.
Because like I said, I mean, you have to know exactly what you're doing. You need to make sure you're trained 100%, and know what you're dealing with. And like I said, if you go out and get yourself a Ouija board, you're playing with fire. So if you're going to play with fire, you better know how to put out that fire.
And it's funny how you said that because I had found a Ouija board. Oh my gosh, I was just newly married, and my wife found it, and she says, "Hey, you need to throw this away." But I didn't want to throw it away. I wanted to keep it, so I hid it behind the entertainment center, and every day, every night, at a certain time, I would wake up with this pain in my gut. It was this excruciating pain that I could not get rid of. And every night, the same thing. Then finally, one Saturday, we decided to do a deep cleaning in the house. And my wife finds it behind the entertainment center. She says, "What is this doing here? I told you to get rid of it." So I tried to burn it. Those things do not burn.
No, there's a certain way that you have to get rid of it. And you can't just burn it or tear it up and throw it away. Oh no, it's a whole, you have to bury it. You have to tear it in half and bury it and put salt around it. And then, it's not fun.
Well, I buried it after I couldn't burn it. I broke it up into pieces and buried it, but I didn't add salt or anything. I didn't know anything about that. It was before internet time. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah. So I just did that out of a whim, and I guess it worked because I never felt anything again.
Yeah.
How do you document your findings after an investigation? And do you turn this in to somebody, or is it just for yourself, or is there like a conference that you guys go to and present this stuff?
Normally, our group is designed for like to do private investigations.
Mm-hmm.
So we mostly do home investigations and businesses. So
Right.
we don't normally let people know where we're going or what
Okay.
we're doing.
Yeah.
We do keep everything private, but we do a report for our clients,
Mm-hmm.
and we send them our findings and all that.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, we do keep it for reasons, but yeah, I mean, we don't put it out there for everybody to see.
To see. Yeah. I figured you guys did maybe a conference and turned it into them, but it's just
Yeah, we've done conferences in the past, which they're a lot of fun. We enjoy do them a lot.
right.
We might show a picture or two, and we might explain the picture, but
Right.
we never give out where it came from
Where it
or
came
anything
from,
of that sort.
Good idea. Yeah. This is my last question. What do you
Mhm.
think happens after we die? And based on your experience.
It just all depends. I mean, sometimes, we pass on and everything just goes as normal. You go up to, I feel everybody goes to heaven or hell.
Mm-hmm.
So, a lot of times people will go to heaven. There are some pretty bad people out there, and, they may go to hell too, but sometimes things happen. Like if you die out, suddenly and you don't realize you die, let's say you get into a car accident or
Right.
someone shoots you and you're not, you don't even know it. Sometimes we just get stuck, and sometimes we just need help to move on. And
Yeah.
some people stay here because they're just angry at stuff, or they have unfinished business to do, so it just all depends.
What movie do you think, just the top of your head, off the top of your head, what movie do you think comes the closest to a real haunting?
I really enjoy the Sixth Sense. That one is a typical sensitive, like someone who is very sensitive.
Right. Right.
A lot of kids or people that have special needs have that ability. So they so it's hard for they can see things like some of us can.
Yeah.
Some people are more in tune with their things, so they see things more. Another one would be Ghost Hunters. I don't know if you watch that show
Yes.
or TAP.
Yeah.
I forget what they call it now. But yeah, they are like the best thing to do, like what a real investigator will do. They go in, they investigate, and they look at their stuff. That is legit. Now, Ghost Adventures, they hype up their stuff.
I was about to ask you that. I was about to ask you about Zach Bagans.
Yeah, Zach Bagans, no, not so much.
Yeah, no.
They're into entertainment, but
that's what it looked like to me after a while. I said, this guy's full of himself.
Yeah.
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 Well, do you have any plugins or anything you want to share with us at the end here?
No, we enjoy, what we do. And like I said, we're in here to help whoever needs the help. And, over the years, I've learned how to cleanse, things and
right.
Help people and cleanse their homes and stuff. So I've been fortunate to be able to do that. So yeah, we have, I had said something earlier about having a little girl or a ghost in here with us that we got from Waverly.
Right.
My rule in my house is I allow ghosts in my house as long as they are peaceful. If you are scaring my children or you're negative energy, you can leave. and I make them leave.
Screw that. Kina, I want to thank you for coming on and sharing your experience with us.
Well, thanks.
And I do appreciate. Happy birthday to your husband.
Yeah. Thanks.
Today was his birthday, right? I think I saw it on Facebook. Yeah. Well, thank you very much. And I do appreciate you coming on. And you do have a website? You do have a website or a Facebook?
We have a Facebook page, Sacred Crow Paranormal.
Okay.
It's not really updated because, like I said, we normally just do private stuff, so we don't. But there are a few pictures on there of the things that we've done publicly. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Kina.
No
God bless you. Have a good night.
All right. You too.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Guys, thank you for tuning in to this. Oh, my gosh. I was so excited that I lost myself at the beginning. But I just want to give a shout out to Mandy, who's sitting in the living room, Janie in Goshen, Indiana, Hazel, Sabrina, and Ron, and Ipil Zamboanga Sibugay in the Philippines, my mom, Maria Elma, in San Antonio, and my brother, Chucky El Chuck. Happy birthday. No. Thank you very much. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the evening.